Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming to you from Goldenrod City where the guild have a massive opportunity because they are hosting the Hammerlock Draconids, but as they send out their starting lineups, let's have a look at this tale of the tape. The Draconids, after a 7-game win streak, have finally been knocked off the top of the leaderboard, but if they can get the victory here, they will put themselves back where they were, whereas the guild have been upsetting some powerful sides and they want to do that again here today. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the normal types? Will it be the dragon types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
And it will be Arbeliever joining Slacking, as Slacking with the Sludge Bomb is not going to work on our Chaladon, and this is going to allow Flygon to capitalize by going for the nasty plot. Very nice and early, it is going to get that special attack boost. And our Chaladon is going to follow it up with the Waterfall that will be resisted by the Park Grass type Arbeliever, but it has flinched and that could be crucial because of that Truant ability coming into play. Slacking is going to loaf around, allowing Flygon to go with the Gunk Shot, but that is avoided by Slacking, so it's willing to move out of the way of that, as the Shadow Punch from our Chaladon is not going to affect the normal types. They are immune to Ghost type moves, and this allows Arbeliever to go for the Horn Drill. But that is going to be avoided by Flygon, as Slacking, looking to do its part, is going to go for the Blood Moon, channeling Ursaluna here, getting some massive damage onto Flygon, putting it into knockout range, but it responds with the Thunderclap, but that is going to fail, so our Chaladon needs to do its part, as it is going to go for the Eruption, and this will be super effective onto Arbeliever, putting it into knockout range, but it hangs on by a thread, allowing it to respond with the Mach Punch. Flygon is able to hold on, but that Truant ability coming into play yet again allows Flygon to respond with the Shockwave, not going for the easy elimination, instead getting some really good damage onto Slacking there, and it's followed up by the Tickle from our Chaladon onto Slacking, cutting into those physical stats, including that base 160 attack, as Arbeliever is going to go for the agility. It will get that speed boost, but will it be able to move quicker than Flygon is the question, as Slacking is going to follow it up with the Poison Sting, and Flygon hangs on from that not very effective move. Arbeliever needs to take it out, goes for the Psycho Cut, and this will finish off Flygon. They are avoiding that Stamina Chaladon for the time being, who is going to go with the Iron Defense. It's not waiting around to take any hits. It is going to get that massive defense boost here and now, as it is going to be Cyclizar coming out to join it, and immediately it will go and set up that Rain Dance. And I wonder if our Chaladon will try to capitalize on that, as that Truant ability once again coming into play for Slacking. Arbeliever needs to do the heavy lifting, going with the Grass Pledge. Not very effective, but gets in some good damage onto Cyclizar there, as our Chaladon responds with the Assurance to eliminate Arbeliever from this matchup, leveling the playing field between the guild and the Draconids, as out comes Screamtail, that Terrestrial draftee for the Goldenrod guild. And it should be able to move quicker than Cyclizar, giving back that speed control to the Goldenrod guild as well in this matchup. Screamtail here, going for its first move of the match, is going to go for the Rock Wrecker, but that is going to be avoided by Cyclizar, who is looking to respond with the Payback, going for Slacking, putting it into knockout range, but Slacking is going to respond with the Syrup Bomb onto Cyclizar. Not very effective, but this will get it covered in that sticky candy syrup, which is going to slow it down eventually. But first, our Chaladon is going to set up for the Shadow Force. It will vanish instantly, but that does not matter because it is not going to connect whenever it comes, as that speed will be lowered for Cyclizar. We will have Screamtail going with the Aerial Ace, getting some good damage there onto the normal Dragon type, as that Truant ability continues to affect Slacking. There's that Shadow Force from our Chaladon, but it will not affect the now normal type Screamtail, as the Pin Missile from Cyclizar will, and it is going to do that chip damage to the Terrestrial draftee, getting a critical hit on that second one as well, getting the third on this multi-hit move. It will be a 3-time connection, but it continues to have its speed load, now being the slowest Pokemon on the field. Screamtail looking to capitalize with the Hydro Steam. Cyclizar hangs on from that not very effective move, but Slacking is going to finish it off with the Seismic Toss. That is 2 Pokemon down now for the Hammerlock Draconids, and still our Chaladon has not had that stamina boost, going for the Teleport. It is going to go back to the bench, losing that Iron Defense. Out comes Exeggutor in its Alolan form with that Frisk ability as well, and we know that our Chaladon is about to return to the field. And all it did was lose that defense boost, but it's on the receiving end of the Gust from Screamtail, and there is that stamina ability coming into play for that massive 130 base defense as Slacking continues to loaf around. Our Chaladon looks to capitalize by setting up the Stealth Rocks here on the side of the Goldenrod Guild. They still have 3 Pokemon remaining on the bench. There's 2 Pokemon on the bench for the Draconids at the moment, as the Astonish from Exeggutor is not going to work on the normal types. That Rain will stop over the field. Screamtail is going to go for the double hit, capitalizing on its normal typing and focusing in onto Exeggutor too. Doesn't get a great deal of damage with 1 hit, but those 2 do add up for some nice damage, and Slacking could follow it up here if it goes on the offensive, going with the Assurance, and they continue to focus on anything that isn't Archaladon, getting some great damage on Exeggutor. The Mud Slap in response from Archaladon onto Screamtail, lowering its accuracy in the process. Slacking is such an easy target. The Night Daze from Exeggutor is not going to connect, as Slacking is able to avoid that attack. We get the Growl in response from Screamtail. It is going to lower that attack of both Exeggutor and Archaladon here, and there is that Truant once again. Slacking is loafing around. Archaladon could capitalize. It goes for the Spit Up, but it has not gone for the Stockpile, so that is going to fail. Exeggutor needs to do its part, goes for the Freeze Strike, goes for Slacking, and finally they've taken Slacking out of this matchup to once again level the playing field. There's 4 Pokemon remaining on both sides as out comes Snorlax for the Goldenrod Guild, having those pointed stones dig into it as it lands Screamtail. With the Substitute, it is going to cut into its health to put that Substitute Doll out on the field to take the damage for it. Archaladon could get rid of it, going for the Meteor Mash immediately, getting that damage onto that Substitute Doll, and instantly it has faded. And Exeggutor, looking to follow it up, is going to go for the Zing Zap. They're putting all of their attention right now onto Screamtail, allowing Snorlax to go for the Arrow Blast on to Archaladon. Not very effective, and another stamina boost after doing very little damage. Screamtail looking to follow it up with the Wild Charge, switching its focus back to Exeggutor, putting it into knockout range. It does get a little bit of recoil damage in the process, as Archaladon is going to go with the Recover. It's had the defense boosts, and now it's going to get itself back to full strength. It is such a hard target to take down, as Exeggutor with the Whirlwind, they're going to send Screamtail back to the bench and dragging out Ursaluna, as all of a sudden that sunlight is back over the field. Ursaluna with that Unnerve ability, making the Draconids too nervous to eat their berries. And keep in mind, Archaladon has been in this matchup since the start. Snorlax with the Endeavor, unfortunately that is not going to work on Exeggutor. It has too much health. Archaladon looking to capitalize, goes for the Parabolic Charge. It will not work on Ursaluna. It is a part ground type. It's not very effective on its teammate, thankfully. Ursaluna with the Tail Whip. Now, it is going to lower those defenses of both Exeggutor, who is an easy target, and that massive defense of Archaladon. Exeggutor does respond with the Steel Wing onto Snorlax, who has been doing great in recent appearances. It is going to go for the Skill Swap. It's going to get that Frisk ability from Exeggutor and lose its Gluttony ability. Not sure if that is an intelligent play there by Snorlax. As I've just said, it has been having some great showings of late. Archaladon looking to capitalize, will go for another Freeze Dry, this time onto Snorlax, getting some good damage, but Ursaluna does respond with a Whirlwind of its own. It's going to send Exeggutor back to the bench, and being dragged out onto the field, it's going to be Goodra. Their 2 most powerful Pokemon on the side of the Hammerlock Draconids are out on the field. Snorlax though, with the Torment on to Archaladon. If you can't do damage to it, why not have it do damage to itself? A very intelligent play from the normal type, as Archaladon does struggle on the field. It does get that recoil damage after doing damage to Ursaluna. The knockoff though from Goodra onto Ursaluna, getting in some good damage, knocking off its Leopard Berry in the process, but Ursaluna is going to respond with the Struggle Bug. This will connect with both Dragon types. Not very effective though on Archaladon, lowering the special attack of both Archaladon and Goodra though, but there is that stamina coming into play. However, we know Archaladon will be struggling at different points, and it's followed up by the Blast Burn from Snorlax, putting Archaladon into knockout range. It does get the stamina boost, but keep in mind it will still be struggling. However, on this turn it's able to shake that off to go for the Ice Shard, getting some good damage there onto Snorlax. Goodra could follow it up, goes for the Psychic Noise onto Ursaluna. It is going to prevent it from healing, getting in some good damage in the process as well. Ursaluna is going to respond with the Terrain Pulse, going for Goodra with this move, doing very, very little damage, as Snorlax has to recharge after that impressive Blast Burn. But the struggle from Archaladon on to Ursaluna, it does get damaged by the recoil, and that is going to take Archaladon out, have it take itself out. Very intelligent by Snorlax to get the credit for that one. The Swagger from Goodra onto Ursaluna, it is going to boost that massive attack as well as leaving it confused. That attack being base 140, but Ursaluna needs to shake off this confusion to capitalize on it, otherwise it risks taking itself out of this matchup. It is going to go for the growth instead. It's going to get another attack boost as well as that special attack being boosted. Snorlax, however, looking to do its part, is going to go for the Rock Blast, this multi-hit move. If it gets all 5, throwing these rocks at Goodra, which is not very nice when you really think about it, but still, it's got 3, it's got 4. If it can get all 5, it still gets in some great damage, only getting 4, and Ursaluna is no longer prevented from healing as Exeggutor comes back out onto the field, and the guild are in front. They have 4 Pokemon remaining. There's 3 remaining for the Draconids. Goodra with the Scale Shot that is going to be avoided by Snorlax though, and this allows Ursaluna to capitalize if it can shake off this confusion. But it's not successful. It does damage to itself and it takes itself out of this matchup. Fantastic by Goodra to leave Ursaluna confused. Exeggutor could capitalize. It goes for the Bug Buzz onto Snorlax, puts into knockout range, but Snorlax is able to hang on. It is going to respond with the Ice Spinner. This will be super effective. Goes for Goodra and it gets the elimination, putting the guild back in front. It is a 3 versus 2 matchup, and the 2 most powerful Draconids have been taken out as out comes Haxorus for the Draconids. Screamtail returns to the field for the Goldenrod guild, having those pointed stones dig into it. Both the guild are easy targets right now. And Screamtail does go for the recycle, but unfortunately that is going to fail. And this allows Haxorus to try and capitalize by going for the flail. And Screamtail is able to hang on by a thread. However, the Thunderbolt from Exeggutor goes for Snorlax. It takes Snorlax out. Screamtail's hanging on in this match, but barely. And the last Pokemon for the guild, it is the Dunsparce coming out onto the field. And it does have those pointed stones, as we have our first time winning of the matchup, the Fusion Flare from Screamtail. It's going to go for Haxorus. It will be resisted. It should have gone for Exeggutor. Haxorus looking to respond with the Temper Flare on to the Dunsparce. Gets in some great damage, but the Dunsparce is going to respond with the Court Change. That's irrelevant now. Those entry hazards do not matter because every side has no one left on their bench. Exeggutor looking to do its part, goes for the Magical Leaf. It is going to finish off Screamtail. It's a 1v2 matchup. The Dunsparce up against Exeggutor and Haxorus. The Draconids have the advantage. They keep having these matches go down to the wire. As we are back in the daylight, Haxorus sets up the light screen on the side of the Draconids, making them stronger against special moves. And another time winning. We could go into overtime for only the 2nd time this season. The defense curl boosting its defense does the Dunsparce. Exeggutor with the teleport, but it cannot go back to the bench. There's no one there to take its place, so that does fail. Haxorus, though, looking to do its part, goes for the Scold, keeping on the offensive on the Dunsparce, not giving it a second to rest. The Dunsparce responds by setting up the Rain Dance. It needs to go on the offensive itself. And it is raining over this field for the 2nd time. The Bitter Malice from Exeggutor is not going to work on the normal type to Dunsparce, but Haxorus once again keeping on the offensive, goes for the Seed Bomb this time, putting the Dunsparce into knockout range. We are in the final countdown. The Horn Attack from the Dunsparce, it takes out Exeggutor. It is now a 1 versus 1 match. Dunsparce, Haxorus going first, goes for the Roar of Time. And the Draconids have won this match, putting themselves back on top of the leaderboard after a fantastic back and forth, showing the Goldenrod Guild need to be taken very seriously by any side that comes up against them. But the Draconids, as I said, have moved themselves back on top of the leaderboard, and they have clinched a spot, the first side this season to clinch a spot in Victory Road, as next round they are going up against the Montana Varicils, whereas the guild will be going up against the Vilestone Breakers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.